Okay, student, due to I have to take some chemistry practical in higher standard, so that is why I cannot able to take your class. So for that, Manisa Miss is taking your class. So few portion remaining from your class. So before tomorrow class you attend, before that you see this video, so then it will be easy for you to understand the next topic. Okay, the introduction part already Manisa Miss explained you of the carbon chapter. So this point after the introduction, the allotropy in carbon, in the allotropy of the carbon, that part is she already explained. Now the from the preparation of the graphite it is remaining, so I'll explain you a few points. So you see that video the next in the next period, after the whatever the portion I will cover, after that point Manisa Miss will explain you. Okay, so see this very carefully, student. If you cannot able to understand, you can ask me after watching this video. Got it? So the next one, that is the preparation of the graphite. How to prepare the graphite? The pure graphite is prepared artificially by heating powder coke. Powder coke, which means that the coke, the carbon, when we are taking in a powder form, which is called as a powder coke. And when we mix it with the sand, what is the formula of the sand? That is silicon oxide, SiO2. That is the sand formula. When we heat at around 3000 degrees centigrade temperature in presence of ferric oxide used as a catalyst. So when it is heated at this much of temperature, then it convert into the this carbon monoxide, and the silicon carbide will be formed. And this silicon carbide, when we heat little harder, then it silicon will be separate out from the graphite. So this is the way the graphite will be formed. I hope that you understand very easily. It is the sand mixed with the coke, heat harder in presence of ferric oxide at 3000 degrees centigrade temperature, it convert into the carbon monoxide, and silicon carbide will be formed. Okay, so now let's see the structure of the graphite. What is the structure of the graphite? Here in the structure of the graphite, you can see that the structure of the graphite here, these are the structure of the graphite. Now what is that? In the graphite, the molecule, each carbon atom is linked with three neighbor carbon atom. Okay, so you can see here the structure already given in your textbook. In this structure, this is the carbon. Here this carbon is linked with the another three carbon. Okay, here this carbon also, you can see that link with this carbon, link with this carbon and this carbon. So you can see that in a graphite, this is the very important thing. In a graphite, the molecule, each carbon atom is linked with the three neighbor carbon atom. So the forming the flat hexagonal arrangement. A hexagonal, which means that this is the hexagonal. Hexa, which means 6. Okay, so that is why it is called as a hexagonal. You know the shape, what is the meaning of. So hexagonal arrangement of the atom will be formed, and this hexagonal grouping of the carbon atom. Now all the hexagonal groups are forming. You can see here this one, these are the making the groups of the hexagonals. So this is the one seat is forming. This is complete one seat is forming. The seat grouping of the carbon atom are arranged as a layer or seats pile one on top of other, which means that you can see here, I'll show you how it is. This is the one layer, this one is a complete one layer. So this one layer we are putting on another layer. Like suppose here this is the page. Now this page we are putting on another page. So this is the way this is first layer, and then this one is another layer. So that is why the layer are held together by weak force. Which means that between this layer number 1, suppose this is, and this is the layer number 2. So between one layer and two layer, that is a weak attraction force present in it. Which weak force is that? That is why they stick with each other, so such that they can slide over one another. So that is why graphite is a soft. They made between this two layer, not that much of force is not there. That's why weak force is there. That's why they are soft. So if it is asked that why the graphite is soft, so because the weak force between two layers are there, that is why it is soft and the slippery, and can be used as a lubricant. Lubricant, you know how, what is the meaning of lubricant? For example, for your cycle chain, you are putting in a chain oil. Why? To smooth it can move smoothly, that is why. So that is called lubricant. So the graphite also used as a lubricant in a machines and the pencil lead and in pencil leads. So you can see that here, this is the penciler. You can able to write very smoothly without any extra effort. So which is why it is, because it is very soft and lubricant. Also in the graphite molecule, one valence electron of the each carbon atom remain free, which means that you know that the carbon have a 4 valency, 1 2, you can able to see here, carbon have a 4 valency, 1 2 3 4. Now all out of that 4 valency, they forming 3 bond. One, as I told you, that this carbon is combined with the 3 side, which means that one electron is remaining as it is. So that is that electron can able to move. Okay, so the graphite molecule, one valence electron on the each carbon atom remains free, thus the making graphite a good conductor of electricity. So that is why this electron, you know that the electricity can able to conduct through the only because of the electron. So the graphite have a one electron free in each carbon atom, that is why they can able to conduct electric current. So that is why we can say that graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Okay, now the carbon binding force is strong in the hexagonal graphite crystal, so the melting point and boiling point are high, which means that when they are stick with each hexagonal, they are very tightly packed. So the strong force between one hexagonal to another one, from here to here, here to here, there is very strong bond. Okay, from one layer to another layer, which is weak, but from the one hexagonal, this is suppose hexagonal number 1 and this is suppose hexagonal number 2. So the between hexagonal number 1 and 2, there is a strong bond. So that is why they have a higher boiling point and they have a higher lower melting point. Okay, so higher boiling point and melting point. Now the property of the graphite. I hope that you understand the structure of the graphite. If you did not able to understand, you just message me after watching this video. Okay. Now the property of the graphite. Graphite is a grayish black. That you know what is the color. You can see that this pencil have a very black and grayish color. Okay. And it is a opaque substance with a metallic luster. Okay, then the second one, its density is 2.39 gram centimeter cube. It is a stable to heat and has a very high melting point. You need to remember the property of the graphite. No, okay, so it is very important. For exam point of view, you can take it mark. It is soft and greasy to touch. When you touch it, it will feel that a very soft one and a little greasy. And it leaves a black mark on paper. It can able to leave the black mark on paper. That is why we can able to write with the pencil. Now here, the next activity number 2. What is the activity number 2? Here through the activity, we can able to find out that the graphite can able to conduct the electric current. Here the graphite rod we are putting and attached with the battery. Attached with the battery here, and the one bulb also putting in this circuit. Okay, and when we switch on, immediately the bulb will glow. Why? Because when the battery through the current pass and it pass through the graphite rod, so it can conduct connecting with the wire with the bulb. So that is why it can able to glow. So we can prove through this that a graphite can able to conduct electric current. Okay, another property also are there that you can see here. It is a good conductor of heat and electricity. It is a good conductor of heat and electricity. So that 6th property you need to remember, student. Okay, now the use of a graphite. What is the use of the graphite? Graphite, most probably you know that it is a use as a pencil or making a pencil lead. But another one also, in petroleum jelly to form graphite grease. Grease we are making, that we can able to make from the graphite as for a lubricant. For the making the electrode of electric furnace, which means that electrode for the passing the electric current, we are using a particular type of rod, so that this graphite rod are used for the passing the electric current as a electrode in an electric furnace. For making a crucible for the melting metals due to the high melting point, because the graphite have a higher melting point, so the below graphite melting point, whatever the metal melting point are there, we can melt them in a graphite crucible. That is why there it is used for the making carbon brush for electric motors, which means that for the carbon brush for the electric motors we are using from the graphite. For the making pencil lead, because it leaves a black mark on a paper. So the pencil leads are made by mixing graphite with variable quantity of clay, which for making a pencil lead, because it leaves a black mark on a paper, you know that. So the pencil leads are made by the mixing graphite with the variable quantity of clay. 100% pure graphite we cannot able to use in a pencil, so somehow a particular amount of the clay added. That is why that different type of the pencil are given, H1B and all that. Darker pencil, which means that high amount of the graphite present in it. If the lighter pencil, which means that clay part is more in it. Okay, so the pencil lead can be sharpened easily, because the layer of graphite crystal can slide over one another. So we can able to slide this pencil, because that the graphite can have a layers, so due to the weak force between them. Then the sixth one, it is used in a nuclear reactors as moderator to slow down the speed of neutrons, which means it is used in a nuclear reactors as a moderator to slow down the speed of the neutrons. Moderator, what is the meaning of moderator? That in a nuclear reactor, the neutrons are very high in speed, so the moderator, what they are doing, they are absorbing the neutrons, few amount of the neutron it can able to absorb, so we can speed down the neutrons. So that is why it is used. For the making artificial diamond, you know that the American diamond and jewelries, the artificial diamonds are using, so that diamond are made from the graphite. Okay, so I hope that you understand the full graphite. Very important student, exam point of view, number of questions will come from this part. Okay, now the next one, which is a diamond. Next one, which is called a diamond. So the diamond is a, here the diamond is a perhaps the purest form of carbon, which means that very purest form of the carbon, and it occurred in all shapes and size. You know that how the diamond are, they are very different shapes, square shape, oval shape, and hexagonal or rectangle or triangle, or whatever shape we require, according to that we can get the diamond. So are found in South Africa, Brazil, Namibia, Russia, Australia, USA and India. In India, diamonds are found at Golconda in Karnataka and Panna in Madhya Pradesh. So in these are the these are the places where we can get the diamond very high amount, in very high amount. Now the formation of the neutral diamond. What is the neutral diamond? The neutral diamond are formed by action of the high pressure and the temperature on the carbon present in the earth at depth of 150 kilometer or so, which means that when we move down in a depth of the earth, which means in a soil, when we move 150 kilometer inside, at that time the into that earth, the temperature and pressure is there. That temperature and pressure we have to give to the carbon, then we can able to make the neutral diamond. So they are mostly brought to the surface by a volcanic eruptions, where the volcanoes are there, while the volcanoes are erupted, there you can mostly this type of diamond you can bring it. So diamond bearing rock are called a kimberlite rocks. After the Kimberley mines in South America, the name is given to it, which means that suppose the diamond is present in a particular rock, so that rock which have a little amount of the diamond present in it, so that rock is known as a kimberlite rock. Okay, kimberlite rock it is known as, underline this. Now the preparation of the artificial diamond. What is how we can prepare the artificial diamond? The synthesized or artificial diamond are made from the graphite. Made from the graphite. You can see here. So the graphite is subjected to the very high temperature. We have to give them already it is 3000 degrees centigrade, and the pressure in absence of air, which means that in a vacuum we are doing those things, because in absence of air it is thing. So the diamond produced under such a condition are rather small. Okay, so very that is why very small diamond we can able to get from the graphite. The value of the diamond, the value of the diamond are gem as a gem depend upon the weight, impurity present in it, how the weight it has, what is the weight it has, what is how many impurity present in it, on depend on that it we can find out the diamond value. The weight of the diamond is expressed in term as a carat. You have heard so many times, you have seen at home your parent or mother father some talk about that. You have maybe you have seen on TV that diamond have particular carat. So the 1 carat is equal to 0.2 gram. So that diamond, if the 1 carat, then that diamond have a 0.2 gram weight. Some famous natural diamond are Kohinoor, that you heard so many times, Pith diamond, and the here that mined in India, that Kohinoor you know that one of the famous diamond known in India. Then the Cullinan, that is the biggest diamond ever found and mined in South Africa. This is the biggest diamond name it is Kohinoor. Okay, which are the naturally occur. Now the colorless transparent diamond are the costliest because costliest. Colorless transparent diamond are the costliest because they have a negligible impurity. Those diamond which are completely transparent, we can say that, or we can see that transparency is more the transparency, more the costly that diamond it is. So the value of the diamond decrease with the increase the impurity present in it. So that you can note it down. Now do you know that you read it yourself? Very interesting point is given in that do you know, so that you read. Okay, now the next here we'll see that the diamond here, the structure of the diamond given. In the structure of the diamond, the carbon attached with the 4 other carbon atom, where the graphite attached with the 3 carbon atom, but in a diamond they are attached with the 4. So that is why they have a strongly bonded, and this structure have a tetrahedral structure. This structure is known as a tetrahedral structure. Okay, because all the carbon are linked with the 4 carbon atom. You can see that here the carbon atom is a 4 and the neighbor the carbon atom, thus the forming the rigid tetrahedral structure. So the strong bonding that make a diamond. Okay, so the basic tetrahedral unit of the diamond crystal is repeated infinitely, forming a dimensional molecule. So the shape of the crystal is octahedral. So you can see here that all the tetrahedral combined together combined together in repeated manner, like infinitely forming. So the 3-dimension molecular 3 dimension, which means in 3D it is. So the shape of the crystal is octahedral. You can able to see this the way it will form. Now the property of the diamond. What is the property of the diamond? It is pure diamond in a transparent and colorless impurity impart the color to the diamonds. If the impurity present, which means that is the impurity present in it. So it is the hardest naturally occurring substance, and black diamond are the hardest of all. Maximum the black color diamond, which is called a hardest substance in a diamond. Okay, then the next one, that is it is a brittle. It is of a brittle nature, which means that when we break, it will break down. When we heat harder, it will break down. That's why it is brittle. It has a refractive index of the 2.5, which is the highest value of the natural substance. Therefore, diamond sparkle. Refractive index, you heard in a physics what is the meaning of refractive index, which is that pass on when the light is passed through it, a particular angle it will be move. So that is called as a refractive index, and that is the 2.5, which is highest value. So that is why the it is a sparkle. So it has a density of the 3.5 gram per centimeter cube. It is insoluble in any solvent. No one can able to dissolve this diamond. It is a bad conductor of electricity. It cannot able to conduct electricity, because what happened here, you can see that all the carbon are bonded with the another 4 carbon. So already all the electron are bonded with the other carbon. So there is no electron free to move to conduct electric current from one place to another. That is why it is a very bad conductor of electricity. Through it is the stable to heat. Prolonged heating can change a diamond into graphite, which means that it's required, if we give them prolonged heating, then we can convert into the graphite. So here the raw diamond extract from the earth do not shine much. So to make them shine, they are first cut and the polish. So the country Belgium is the trade center of the costly diamond in the world today. Belgium. And you know that in our Gujarat, the Surat also, the diamond city, it is well known. There they are polished, all the diamonds are polished there. Now the use of the diamond, because of it is a brilliant shine, pure diamond is used as in a jewelry as a gem. And impure diamond, which means black diamond, is used for cutting and drilling rocks, glass, or other diamonds, which means that black diamonds are very hardest diamonds, so it is used for the cutting and the drilling rocks. A tip head in a deep boring drills, which means that if drills we are using in that on the tip, it is black diamond we are put is there, so it can able to drill very nicely. Bearings in a watches, as a needle for the long playing record player, for the making radiation proof window for the space satellite, so as to be prevent the entry of the harmful radiation. So here these are the use of the diamond. Okay, so that are also you need to remember, student, it is important. Now the difference between graphite and diamond, that you read, because all we have discussed before. Whatever the property we have done in read in graphite, that also the pure diamond, it is greasy, it is hardest, it is soft, density is 3.5, here 2.9, 2.3, bad conductor of electricity, good conductor of electricity, and the burn in air, it conduct into carbon dioxide at 900 degrees centigrade, and here it is 700 degrees centigrade. Okay, so these are the crystal form of the carbon. Now the third crystal form of the carbon, which is called a fullerene. So the fullerene are the third crystal form of the carbon. Through they were discovered only recently. They have been found to exist in interstellar dust, as well as in the geological formation of the earth. Okay, so they have been found to exist geological formation of the earth, there it is got, you can able to get it. Very rarely it is found. In the fullerene, many carbon atoms are held together in a cage-like structure. You can see that here, this is the structure like a ball. So the C16 here, that is, it is structure of the fullerene. Here you can see that this is the structure, and this one also, it will look like a ball structure, basketball. So the number of carbon atom varies between, which means that the many carbon combine together in different form, and then they form a cage structure. So the number of carbon vary between the 30 to 900, which means that C30 carbon also combine and C900 carbon also combined together, and they can able to make. So the most common fullerene is uh, Buckminster fullerene, or buckyball also we can say that. Why it is buckyball? Because it is look like a ball. So that is why 60 carbon atom are arranged in the spherical structure. So the Buckminster fullerene is denoted as C16. It is named after the Richard Buckminster Fuller. Okay, so that is the name. Only you can read the buckyball also, if you can remember, then it is easier. Okay, so then American, and he is an American. So they are larger and the smaller fullerene made of 32, which means carbon 30 number of carbon, 32 number of carbon, 50 number of carbon, 70 number of carbon, and 76 number of carbon he used, and he made like atom respectively. Okay, and however in the fullerene, the cluster of the carbon atom exists as the unlike particle. So the unlike diamond and the graphite, where the carbon atom are held together in a crystalline pattern, they are present in a crystalline pattern. Okay, so this is the fullerene that you can able to remember. Only this is the very important buckyball, which is present as 60 carbon atom. Okay, now the property of the fullerene. The carbon of the fullerene, the color of the fullerenes varies according to the number of carbon present in them, which means that if the number of carbon 32, then their color, and number of carbon 60, their color, both are the different, because the number of carbon are different. They are soluble in organic solvent. They have specific gravity ranging from 1.8 to 2.1. Now, chemically, fullerenes are more active than the diamond and the graphite on heating up to 1000 degrees centigrade, plus or minus, which means little changes, the varies it will be. In case like a structure breaks, which means that when we heat up to the 1000 degree centigrade temperature, their cage like a structure we can able to break. So chemically, fullerene are more active than the diamond and graphite, so we can able to break down that. Okay, then they act as an insulator. You know what is the insulator? Some of the compound of the fullerene are used as a superconductors, which means that they are very high electron present in it, so the high number of electron present in it, so they can able to conduct electricity very high amount, so that's why they use as a superconductor. So here the crystal over, the crystal of the carbon are over. Okay, now the exercise that we will send you afterward. First you just understand the next point about exercise. I will discuss you with later. Okay, now the introduction. What is the next part? The part B, amorphous form of a carbon. Okay, amorphous form of the carbon. The introduction. First, the word amorphous means a lac in a form of shape, which means what is the call of amorphous form? Amorphous form, which means the powder form. Amorphous, which means the powder form of the carbon. So the amorphous, which means that lacking in form or shape. According to the amorphous substance have no particular shape or structure. As you know that crystal, like a salt, you have seen that when you sprinkle the salt have a particular type of the shape. So that is why they can able to make a particular you can see that you feel that that the crystal are there. But if the talcum powder, have you observed the talcum powder, the very smooth texture it has. So because why? They do not have any shape or structure, so their atoms or the molecules are not arranged in any regular geometrical pattern. Some common amorphous substances are anhydrous copper sulfate, sulfur powder, talcum powder, wheat flour. All of these are known as amorphous. You have seen that talcum powder also amorphous. So that powdery material of the carbon is called as the amorphous form of the carbon. The amorphous form of the carbon include coal, coke, charcoal, lump black, which means soot, and the gas carbon. Okay, all the gas carbon. So these are derived from different source. So the which means that we can able to find out from the different way all this material. So the amorphous form of the carbon are usually not pure. They are very impure, except sugar charcoal. Sugar charcoal, which means when we burn this sugar crystal, the black color crystal will be formed, which is called as a sugar charcoal. So that only little it that is not a purest form, but the other amorphous form are usually this is sugar crystal charcoal is a purest form, but otherwise other substances are not that much of pure impurity are present. Now the coal occurs in a nature while the other form are obtained as the black residue of the compound rich in carbon when they are heated in the absence of air, which means that when the black residue, what is the meaning of black residue of the compound? Black residue, which means the black color powder. So when coal occur in a natural, when we are getting the coal from the nature, other form of are obtained as the black residue of the compound rich in a carbon when they are heated in absence of air, which means that suppose the coal we are getting the natural coal we are if I am talking about the natural coal, when we burn it, when we take that, when we make a powder, then it is called as a black residue of the compound, which is have a very high amount of the carbon present in it. And when we heat that in absence of carbon, when we'll get an amorphous form. So the amorphous form of the carbon contain nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen and sulfur as an impurity. So when we heat it in absence of air, we'll get a black color amorphous carbon which have a nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen and sulfur present in it. Okay, now first we'll see that coal, how it is coal. So coal is one of the cheapest fossil fuel. Fossil fuel, you know what is the meaning of fossil fuel, which is we are getting from the earth crust. It is hard black solid, very hard color, hard black solid, rich deposit to the coal are found in Russia, China, USA, Germany, South Africa, Australia, and in India. Large deposit of the coal are found in Jharkhand, West Bengal, Orissa, and Madhya Pradesh. These are the sources that we can able to get the coal. This okay. Now the formation of the coal. How the coal are forming? The formation of the coal took millions of the year. So the coal were formed by the bacteria decompose of the ancient vegetable matter burning under the successive layer of the earth under the action of the high temperature and pressure, which means that it will take millions of the year to forming. Okay, when the fossil fuels, all the vegetables or ancient vegetables or any material are have this higher temperature and pressure because they are under the soil, so under the earth, so they are getting the temperature and pressure. So in absence of air, the decay vegetable matter convert into coal through a series of steps as shown in figure 9.6. You can see here the 9.6. This here, the plant here, the plant's heat pressure, it converts into peat, light brown color, 50 to 60% carbon present in it. One more time at higher temperature and pressure, lignite it convert into, which is brown in color. And then the more heat, if continuously heat and pressure is there, then the bituminous it will convert, which is black and color and 80 to 90% carbon present in it. And then when you heat, then more time it will take, then it will convert into the anthracite. This is the anthracite, which is black in color and 90 to 98% carbon present in it. So this is the way it will form. So here you can see that which each successive layer of coal form. So the amount of the carbon present in the deposit increase the level of impurities and decrease. Okay, so the when the amount of the carbon present, the now more number of carbon are present, which means that impurity level also less. So the process is known as a carbonization. Underline this. What is the meaning of carbonization? When the successive layer of the coal form, the amount of the carbon present in the deposit increase and the level of the impurity will be decreased. So this process is known as a carbonization. Okay, so the most active episode of the carbonization took place in the Carboniferous era, which means that 270 million years ago. That era known as a Carboniferous era. Okay, so that is, no, you just underline. Type of coal. The carbonization of the vegetable matter over million of the year result in a 4 varieties of coal which differ in their carbon content, which means that carbonization of the vegetable matter over million year result in a 4 variety of the coal. Which variety? You can see that here the light brown color carbon, which is peat, lignite, bituminous and anthracene. This is the 4 carbon variety you will get on basis of that how much time they are taking to it. Okay, so the first we'll see that the peat. What is the meaning of peat? So here the peat is the first stage in the formation of the coal. Therefore, it is a light brown in color and contain only about 50 to 60% carbon. So peat is the most inference form of the coal, which means that it is peat. When we are getting peat, which means that they are not taking. They have only 50 to 60% carbon present in it. That is why it is light brown in color. Then the lignite. Okay, afterward the lignite, then that is the second stage formation, where you will get the more than 60% carbon, and which is a dark brown in color. Okay, and but it is harder than the peat. Then the bituminous coal. That is, the bituminous coal is the third stage of the formation of the coal, and there are high, medium and low variety of the bituminous coal, with the carbon contained being 90%, 80% and 70 to 75% respectively, which means that 90% bituminous coal, 80% bituminous coal or 70 to 75% bituminous coal. There are 3 type of coal we are getting in a third stage. So the bituminous coal is the most common variety of the coal, and it is also known as a household coal. Okay, so household coal, it is black and hard. On the heating it, both the volatile and non-volatile material are given out. Volatile, which means that non-volatile, they can able easily mix with the air. The volatile, both are the volatile and non-volatile material are give out. When we heat this black color and hard material, coal, household coal, it is named as bituminous coal, named as a household coal. Then the last stage, fourth stage, final stage, we can say that we are getting the anthracite, the purest variety of coal, which is, it is the final stage in the formation of the coal, and its carbon contain variety between 92 to 98 percentage. It is hard, dense and black. It is difficult to ignite, but once ignite, it burn with a lot of heat and for a very long time. It is formed at only a few places in the world. Very less amount of the anthracene are there, but it has a very high amount, 90 to 98% carbon present, which means the purest form from the coal. Okay, and if it is very hard to ignite, but when once it is ignite, then a lot of heat we can able to produce, and it is running for a long time. I hope that you are understanding this anthracene. Okay, now these are the amorphous form of the carbon. I hope you are student, you can able to you are watching this video and you can understand this video very properly. Okay, if you by mistake some word if I pronounce incorrectly, so you just correct it to yourself. I know that some of the pronunciation I have spoke incorrectly, so that you correct it yourself. Okay, by mistake I have made it. Now the use of the coal. So coal is a use as a both a domestic and an industrial fuel. So the homes, thermal power station, steam engine and the furnace. This coal is used as a domestic and as a industrial. For the if they require higher amount of the heat in an industry level, so the coal is using to for the producing heat there. Okay, home thermal power station for the from the most of the time coal is using in a thermal power station for the producing of the electricity. Like, okay, then the in a steam engine also it is used for the making of steam. You have heard that the steam engine train So that also this steam engine is used it is used from the coal is burned and the steam is generating and engine is running. So there is maximum it is in use. Okay. Then the next the use of the coal is it is used to prepare a coke, coal gas and the coal tar. Then the use in the manufacture of the synthetic petrol. Then the coal is also an important requirement for the manufacture of some fertilizers, drugs, synthetics, textile and perfume. All these industries are using this coal. Okay, very important, that is why. It is used as a source of organic compound such as benzene, naphthalene and aniline. These are the compounds, these are the chemicals, those are sources. It is used as a source of organic compounds such as benzene. We can able to find out sources from the coal that this benzene, naphthalene and aniline we can able to find. Okay, now the here the afterward and till here I am explaining you student. Afterward the next point onwards tomorrow in your regular class Manisha miss will explain you. Okay, I hope that you are understanding everything. It is very important student. Okay, sorry for inconvenience that I am not able to take your class due to the practicals of the higher standard. Okay, thank you and have a good day. Bye.